What is good, you guys? So I didn't really have too much stuff lined up for videos, so I thought I'd finally release something, and I don't know how many people want to watch it, but if you want to watch it, go ahead and continue. But it's gonna be my setup tour, so let's go ahead and I'm gonna turn the camera around, and I'm gonna walk you guys through what I got going around here. All right, so from a little bit view, this is my corner of solitude, as we can see, guitars and amps and stuff over there, and my doors. Um, so first thing I guess we can look at is where I sit. This is some chair I got from Office Depot. Nothing special. I would like to spend more on a chair, but I didn't. So it was only like 150 bucks, but it serves its purpose well. Next we have my microphone, which is on some janky boom stand from China. Does the job, works just fine, so I use it. My audio interface, of course, MI4 Steinberg one. It's old, but once again, gets the job done. I love my speakers. They're Kel-Splick. I don't remember exactly what they were, but they're nice and they're really loud. And the sub's right under there. We can see the sub, and it bumps pretty hard. So the monitor setup, as you guys can see, we have one monitor in portrait. Move this microphone real quick. One monitor in portrait. My 27-inch 1440p monitor. This is the one that's at 95 Hertz. It still is. I know a lot of people still use the overclocking video. I might refresh it to give them a more different way of doing it, I guess. But you know, we have the Lenovo, I think, 1080p, 60 Hertz IPS panel. It's got the gloss top on it, and then you know you have the nice IPS 1440p, and then this one right here is mostly my test monitor. So if we get back a little bit, you can kind of see that's my monitor that I use for like other systems. Like for instance, I've been working on a system that I put Linux on, and I use this monitor for stuff like that, testing other computers. And then we have my computer and my peripherals. So my keyboard, as we can see, is a Thermaltake Poseidon Z with mechanical blue switches, so KL blue switches. It's my first mechanical keyboard, so I can't really compare it to others. But it's pretty decent, and I'll probably be doing a little video on this because of how much I was able to get it for. My mouse is a Razer Mamba, I believe. I don't know, it's really old, but I don't use it wireless either, it's wired. But I like it. It's very comfortable, and that's the main reason I like it, because I can just like hold it, you know, that's how I do my mouse thing. And very comfortable, very nice clicks. It's got really light clicks. And I don't put my finger all the way on it. I click like, you know, up here. So, I mean, it's just nice ergonomic feel, and that's why I use it. Next is my mouse pad. It's a Rosewill mouse pad with the fluffy at the end. I just like it because it's standard. It feels really smooth, and it's got the nice fluffy, and that's what I need. My desk is an L-shaped desk. I don't know who made it. I don't know what it is. But I will say that how this monitor is held up is by, we can see over here there's a stand back here, and then the arms go all complicated, and it holds it up. So I guess we'll look over here. So as you guys can see, you guys probably seen them in my other videos. In the background, all the parts, and yes, if you guys are wondering, it goes all the way to the floor, and there's my headset on the floor. But it goes all the way on the floor, and yes, it's stacked up pretty intensely all the way down and all the way up. I've actually been putting a lot of boxes in garages. So headset for peripherals is just same thing I've been using. If you guys saw my earlier video of my setup, these are just some, what are they? Turtle Beaches, Air Force 11s or something like that. My Xbox controller, which I use a standard Microsoft Xbox controller. And yes, I play Left 4 Dead with this, and yes, I am pretty damn good at Left 4 Dead. I'm at like 1,600 hours, 1,500 hours on the game, and that's not including how long I've been playing it on Xbox, which is basically since day one of Left 4 Dead 1. I've been kind of like in the hardcore competitive Left 4 Dead. I'm not the complete competitive, but I do play the game, you know, with a competitive mindset that I want to win. So other random things, I guess, is my phone sits here. An iPod, it's a 32 gig iPod Touch, which I don't remember. I don't think this is jailbroken. I have a jailbroken one around here somewhere. I used to get into that a lot, jailbreaking these and hacking Nintendo DS's and stuff like that, and PSPs. but I haven't been really into that too much lately since I got a computer and other things have taken over. And then we have my printer, which literally just gets used to print receipts and other random assortment of things, which there's a hard drive on it. There's one of these, which is like a SATA to mini PCI. And then camera for pictures. It's a Fujifilm. I have no idea which one it is, but it's half decent. It's not really that great, but it's okay. You know what I mean? So it gets the job done for shooting decent pictures. I think it's got like a 20, I don't know, 20 pixels. I don't remember. 20 megapixel lens. I don't remember honestly. 18 or something, but I know it's higher than your standard camera or phone camera or something. That's why I grabbed it. Some Oakley. Oh, these are Spies. Sunglasses. My little pencil thingy I can show you guys here. So this is where I keep all of like random stuff that I use. Usually there's screwdrivers in here for computers, but as you can see we got like USB drives, but this is a one with a micro SD card in it. That's what I use that for. Then I have a bunch of these. So this is, doesn't say anything on it, so it's probably blank. 64. Oh, this is 64 gig one is the one that I use to store like anything that I need to boot onto a computer when I first started up. So like WinRAR and stuff like that will be on that. You know, programs that I use a lot. This is a Windows 8 stick. This stick is literally just has Windows 8 on it. Some more of those little micro cards. A regular size card and a micro card in here, I guess. More flash drives. Once again, I have a bunch of these 8 gig ones laying all over the place. I have my 32 gig Kingston one, which I like using, USB 3.0. Here's another 8 gig actually right there. I can throw it. One of these have Linux on it. I don't remember which one. I'll have to figure it out later. So that's my little pencil jar thingy. And of course we have the oven baked GTX 8800 right here, which actually still works, believe it or not. There's just no cooler for it, so I just leave it there, I guess. Old school headphones, super old school. I use these for recording. They're Pioneers. They are fucking old, really old. Like, and they get the job done, and they're really heavy. But I like them because of how old school they are. It gives me that kind of not focusing, I guess. I don't know. I like the way they sound, so I keep them around because of that. This is my Wi-Fi password. No one can look at it, but it's on this sticky note. It's not focused, so you can't see it. Vapor stuff, fluid, I guess. This is a cooler for a 780 Ti. If you couldn't read it, there you go. So this came off of my friend's 780 Ti. I pulled it off for him because we installed one of those Corsair water coolers on his graphics card to test it out, and it worked out pretty well. Though I will say that water cooler was kind of an extreme hassle, and I would never suggest using one of those because it took us a while to get it on, and we had problems with it. I know some people are going to say they don't have issues with it, but I did. Right here is my tablet, if it'll turn on. Yes, it turned on. So this is my tablet. It's just a Microsoft Surface tablet. I'm going to pull the stand back up so I can put it back down. I don't really use it, honestly. I have it, and that's about it. My gun, which it usually makes its way around the table, either in like my nightstand or here, I guess. So it's a Car 40. So I don't know why it's been sitting here for like the past week, and I haven't moved it. Like I said, it's either here or on my nightstand or some other random table, I guess. I don't know. It just floats around my room. Don't worry, it's registered and all that good stuff. We have a giant Power Color mouse pad, which I actually got from that Power Color Devil down there, which was from my little brother's gaming computer, if you guys remember that, from that video from very long ago. And I dropped some papers and stuff them back under there so I don't make a mess. We have my drawers, my file cabinets, which is like, this is all sleeving and cable sleeving. So we have white, black, and then obviously pink left over from Codename Bubblegum. Some fans, the ones that were bad from that MSI R9270, a random old webcam. Mostly stuff in here is just random wires and chargers and stuff that I just leave in here. Next is my microphone drawer. Okay, so I have a bunch of these because they were on sale, and then I have a Audix i5 microphone as well. A nice boom stand for if I ever get one of those microphones that use that. And like a hard drive sled for some reason. And another 2.5 inch hard drives left, and like a hard drive case, which I guess I don't know if I have. And last drawer is just fans usually and paper. So there's just a bunch of fan parts in here, and I don't know why there's cords in here. Who knows? There's a lot of random stuff in here, man. There's one of these optical drive with one of these plugs on it because it's from a laptop. So I actually do use that to install Windows occasionally. So underneath here we have my subwoofer, obviously, my table, and there's just a bunch of hard drives here. Like we have Western Digitals. There's a Segate down there. They're all like 500, 600 gigabyte hard drives. And I guess we can go to my computer and we'll do the walk around back. So with the back of my computer, I know someone was asking for some high quality pictures, and I've been working on it. I just really don't feel like unplugging this because like some of these plugs don't like being in USB 3.0, and honestly I don't feel like routing wires back and forth trying to figure out which ones don't like it, because like for instance my webcam doesn't like USB 3.0. The keyboard, I actually use one of these because I don't have any more USB ports back here. This is a Z97 Pro motherboard, but only has 6 USB ports on the back, which is really sad. But it is a nice motherboard, and it was one of the few ones that I could get away with painting white. So that's why I chose it. But if maybe you can get a good look here, so you can see where the cut was. I didn't repaint any of this because I didn't feel like it. I curved this cut out here, obviously, and then all the way down, so you see these screws are what's holding it together. There's one down there, and it just edges along the bottom and sides of the case, and this is the other side of it. So this is the panel I had cut out to put a full-size ATX motherboard in, because this is a micro ATX case, so I cut the whole section out and implanted my own stuff. So obviously I use 2 DVIs, by the way, you guys. I don't touch DisplayPort and HDMI because frankly I just don't like them. I've had scaling issues and other things and audio things that I just don't like messing with, you know, so I like to use the DVI, the dual link ones, solely for that purpose. Not to mention this actually has to use DVI. My other monitor doesn't, but this one does, because that's just how the Korean ones roll. But yeah, that's the back of my computer, if you guys were wondering. There's a lot of random stuff back here, my power supply, and yeah, the side of the desk, I guess, over there. And my webcam, I didn't get it, it's all dusty, you know. Webcam, I use a Logitech, I forgot what it was. It's like a C920, C930, I can't remember. I think it's a C920, it's dusty though. And my monitor stand is some arm I ordered off of eBay. And as we can see down here, it wasn't quite going to fit on this, so I actually did it differently. Instead of clamping this top piece of glass to stay on, it actually clamps this backboard right here. And I did that by basically rearranging the screws, and actually these are my own screws right here I have, which I bought a bunch of them for an engine I was rebuilding, believe it or not. Yeah, the same threads and everything too. So I bought it for an engine, and I ended up not needing these ones because I had other ones laying around, so basically I had a bunch of screws laying around. So I ended up using that, and as we can see right here how the clips onto this, and then there's some padding underneath here that I put to kind of keep it up straight, because it was not meant to mount that style onto this, so I had to do that. And that's basically how I keep my computer monitors up. So this is how bad I am. I forgot when I implant it in the middle of the video, but I forgot to show you guys the inside of my computer. Because honestly, it has been a while, and a lot has changed in there since then. So we have my window panel, obviously, which will be coming off. And I'm going to use the magic of recording to do that. And voila. So as we can see, there's a little bit of dust in here on the bottom. Yeah, look at that. And I cleaned my computer. It's been like, it's been probably about like 3 weeks since I've cleaned it. Anyways, so as we can see, we have my computer. I'll go through the specs real quick, I guess. So we have a Core i7 4790K at 4.7 gigahertz, 4.75 right now. We have a GTX 980 Ti, WindForce one, you know, 3 fans. You guys saw my review on that. We have a Asus Z97 Pro motherboard, Boot Pro. 16 gigs of G.skill RAM clocked at 2006 megahertz, some odd number because I did a little bit of bus overclocking we have two Be Quiet 140mm fans. I actually love these fans, by the way. That is a Corsair fan with the cutout you guys saw. I'd done a little bit of a review on these. That's a cutout, and yes, I did paint it white. It's originally all black, and I painted the girl white, and some simple tape can do that. We have a Corsair H100i, which is actually mounted back there. It's actually not mounted at all, believe it or not. If I poke at it, it'll just kind of wiggle because it's just floating there. But it actually fits in there nice and snug. So we have the 200mm fan at the front, and the 120 Corsair fan at the bottom, which is probably dusty. It's looking a little gray. I haven't taken my computer apart in probably about like two months, and I haven't dusted it in like probably about 3 weeks. So as we can see, I did sleeve all my cables. They are white and black. It's hard to see the blacks at the end, but I did sleeve all my cables, and it was a very long task. The top one up there actually isn't sleeved because you can't see it. I originally had sleeved it. I actually have it sleeved still, but I took it off because it was just more extension cabling that I didn't need. As you guys can see, the heat sinks that were painted a while ago, those were probably, what, 6 months ago plus, still look really good. Those heat sinks were all painted white right here. Temperatures are fine. The RAM is the only thing that gets a little bit warm, but it's nothing serious, nothing I would think is bad. And as you guys can see, it cuts it real close with the length of the motherboard, as well as at the bottom, we're looking at like, what is that? A millimeter of clearance. So yeah, it does cut it very close. Now I didn't paint that white, the little Asus South Bridge heatsink, because it's covered by the graphics card anyways. And yes, I matched them both to be like this purple color because the white color on the WindForce looks blue for some reason. That actually looks like a really cool angle. I should take that as the picture for the video. That'll probably be it. But yeah, that's my computer. There's also in the back side of it we have a Segate Barracuda 2TB hard drive, two 120 gig Kingston SSDs in RAID 0, which has my operating system, which is Windows 7, by the way. Yes, I'm still a Windows 7 fan. It's got also a EVGA 750 80 plus gold G2 Supernova power supply. And there's also, if you notice, there's not really any fans plugged into fan headers. That's because there's a splitter. I think the CPU fans run off of that, but everything else is just running on the lowest, and it's on a splitter in the back. So that's how that all worked out. I have like a little connecting splitter thing like that big that takes all the fans and puts them all into one, and the USB 3.0, which this motherboard actually has another one down at the bottom. But yeah, that's my computer, you guys. It's pretty good. I mean, it's pretty expensive too, but that's my white and black build, codename Whiteout, which took a lot of time. And I do plan on water cooling still, just it's a little expensive, so I'm kind of saving up for that when I can, drop $600 on a cooling system. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, back to the rest of the video. And yeah, that's my setup, my poster. I love my posters. There's only one poster, but I love it. And I don't think there was anything else I needed to show you guys. I think that was basically it for my setup tour. So, well, hope you guys enjoyed my setup tour. This is where I hang out and spend most of my time trying to get the camera angle in. So, yeah, continue to watch my channel, you guys. I'm going to come out with some more stuff as soon as I can. Been a little busy with other things, but I'll probably come out with something on this keyboard, though I'm not a mechanical keyboard kind of guy. This is my first one, so I don't know how good my review will actually be. But anyways, you guys, I'll catch you guys later.